Social media ruined my life, and I've spent the last 3 years trying to recover. As some of you may know, I started TikTok in 2019, very early days before COVID, and posted seriously for about 2 years. There, I went from zero to a million followers, got to work with big brands, got to meet a lot of the biggest creators in person, and got millions of views and likes and whatever. But after I graduated from high school, after COVID, when I showed up to college, that's when all that stuff backfired on me. Of course, I had always wanted to be a creator. I was posting Minecraft videos, dub smashes, vines, whatever when I was a kid because I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be like Niga Higa. I wanted to be like all these famous YouTubers who had platforms and made money and just got to make content about what they liked all day. But the reality was not what I pictured. I think I always saw, or sometimes I like to think of social media as a void where you can just post a video and these numbers, I don't like to admit myself that the numbers are real people because then it's real for me and I get anxious and embarrassed and nervous. Whatever. I feel like I'm going to be judged. And yeah, it's easy to say just get over it, but that's something I just have not been able to do for the last 4 years. When I was at my peak, I didn't like going out with my friends. I had to be cautious of what I was doing at all times because people would recognize me. People would take photos, take videos in public. Of course, it was always nice when someone would come up to me and say they watched my videos, but I always felt a little bit embarrassed being a TikToker. And sometimes the exchanges were awkward. Like sometimes you could tell when someone notices you from really far away, and it just gives me anxiety because it's just like me waiting to see if they're going to come up to me or not. I've been notoriously bad at initiating in the past, so I'm not going to go up to them. But yeah, I've just in general developed a lot of social anxiety in public because of my social media platforms and experience. For some reason, my self esteem has also gone down the drain by starting social media because people will analyze every part of you and then you just become self-conscious knowing that that's happening. And then in high school and college, whatever, I was also made fun of a lot for being a social media person. For some of my videos, they would get sent around in group chats. I'd be judged, whatever. That's all kind of ruined my relationship with social media, and one of the reasons why I've stepped back a little over the last few years. What started to help more recently is like meeting more creators in person and knowing that they've gone through the same things. I think that was hard for me in high school and college because high school I was in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. There were no creators around. And then in college, I was just around students, not a lot of content creators until all the Harvard TikTokers came out of nowhere. So this is something I had to fight through on my own for the longest time. It was also, of course, hard to juggle social media with all the other things I was doing in college. But eventually, I just did not love making videos anymore because making more videos would perpetuate this cycle of me feeling worse about myself. Honestly, most days, like, if I could just not be perceived, if I could be invisible in public, I know like not a lot of people even recognize me anymore, but it's social media is just given me this anxiety like anytime I go outside. A lot of times I like feel bad about being me. I feel bad about the way I look. Yeah, I just wish I could like get the Harry Potter cloak and just like be a fly on the wall in my everyday life. And I know it's not that deep, but to me, it has been. So maybe putting these thoughts out into the void will be helpful because I'm voicing them for the first time. Maybe this is helpful to other people who might I've gone through similar situations. I just felt like I needed to talk about this because these aren't things like I talk to other people about. And just by making a video on this, I'm getting that out there. So maybe this will help. Maybe this will help me better reflect on why I feel these ways and how I can move past them. Maybe I'll develop a new relationship with social media. Who knows? But just needed to get it off my chest. And whether you made it this far or not doesn't really matter. I appreciate if you did. And thanks. Thanks for watching my rant. See you next time. Peace. Peace. Thumbs up. Peace.